Alright, we'll be back in a little while. Morning, YouTube, friends and family. Milo and I are heading over to my dad's house, Milo's granddad's house, to help him with a little chore. His back is sort of ailing him and he needs some help moving some heavy stuff. So the heavy lifters will be showing up to help the grandman. Grandfather. Thanks for coming with me on my day, and we'll see you in the car.
It's gonna suck a little bit, the guy that goes down.
That's okay, that'll be me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there a dog?
Of course there's a dog in the way, but he's going downstairs. And then you gotta do everything you can to lift it as high, Curry, and then
I
Milo.
guess I gotta get my hands out in the front. You might have to put them from around the side.
And,
I got that.
and then what it wants to do, Milo, is it wants to slide out of your hands.
I'll try.
Set it right on top of that other one. However you can. Nice.
Good. Is it on here right?
Yeah, that's fine. Totally. Wow.
There it is.
Nice.
Thanks, Linda.
Appreciate it.
Do a lot of splitting. Splitting can be kind of enjoyable, actually. There's just a few central concepts to making splitting easier for your body, easier with the amount of force you have to use, and you know, just faster in general. It's all about cutting with the grain, you know, and getting the weight of your sledgehammer properly weighted between the two hands. Those are like the two things. I'll show you the grain part first. When you split wood, you're trying to split through the center of the tree. This is like year one for the tree. The growth rings grow around and around and around for every year. So this tree is about what, 10 to 20 years old or so. If you cut radially, then the splitting becomes much easier. If there are knots, it becomes a little bit more difficult. There is at least one exception to this rule, and that is with elm. Elm is notoriously difficult to split, and you have to, instead of splitting radially, you need to split tangentially, which means you take flakes off the outside, like this. So instead of cutting radially, you cut tangentially. Foomp, foomp, foomp. And then of course the chopping block. You have to have a good sturdy chopping block. This is way undersized, and frankly it's not tall enough. The higher the chopping block, the more comfortable it is to split, because you don't have to bend over so much as you split. However, the higher the chopping block, the less throw you have with your maul or splitter, because you don't get the chance to bring it down as far. You know, the idea is when you're splitting, you want to aim for here. You don't want to aim for there, because if your force stops here, you won't split. So the idea is you want to split through to that surface. So that's really what you're aiming for, is you're trying to force through to this surface and expect to stop there. If you overshoot, obviously, and have more force than that, it can either break your chopping block or you can deflect and go onto the ground. I don't know if you remember from a few vlogs back, I think it was last weekend, my father dumped this giant pile of wood here that he just wanted to get out of his woodworking and automotive shop. And a lot of it is actually pretty decent stuff. Some of it was really scrappy scraps that the boys might have fun doing projects with. And some of it is actually wood that I want to keep and use for my own little projects. You know, he goes through so much material, and he has the ability to make dimensional lumber that he has lots of scraps that I wish I had. That, you know, one man's scraps are another man's treasure, right? So, but the longer it sits outside, the less valuable it becomes. So I want to try to sort it out, get the good stuff inside, have a good like craft pile for the boys or tree fort or something, get rid of the plastics, the plywoods, and burn the scraps. Just to get this wood stacked up and out of the way. I did want to get it inside, out of the weather, so it would at least be worth something someday. I need to really maximize the use of my barn and its organizational structure, because I need to move out of our warehouse space in Hollowell. The guy I've been renting from has been very gracious to let me just keep the stuff there, give me time to sort of get this in order, and then move all the stuff that I have over there over here, which is a lot of stuff. This barn is already kind of full. I'll give you a quick tour. I don't know if you've been in the second story of my barn. It's a very dark place, so we're gonna need to use the flashlight. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot of this is, I won't say junk. You know, I tend to save things because I say, oh, you know, I should save that because I'm going to use that someday. That would be nice. I could use that extra bit of, you know, wire or extra bit of insulation or extra bit of wood or ductwork or, oh, I mean, this is the catch-all for everything that just doesn't want to go in the house and anything that I think I might use someday. Typically, you know how it goes. Like, you end up storing it for years and years and years, and then you get a fit with it and end up going through it and throwing most of it out or recycling or giving it away. That may happen someday, but for now, this stuff is valuable to me, so I'm going to hang on to it in all my pack ratness. All right, it's like approaching 5 o'clock. I didn't really get a chance to take you out in nature that much today. I think the only shots of nature you probably really got were the ducks, but they're cool enough, right? All right, my day is done out here. I think I need to head inside. All right, Milo, tell us what's going on.
Going to a dance at Erskine Academy.
Nice. And do you have a date or is it just a dance?
It's just a dance.
Dance right on. All right, my boy, going to a dance.
Seriously, Godzilla?
I don't know why that light. All right, Milo.
All right.
Have a great time.
I will.
And give a call, right? You got a phone, give a call if you have any problems. See you, bud.
See you later.
Seem to say this a lot lately, but my boy all grown up, heading out. Hey, thanks for coming with me on my day today, and I hope you're having a great weekend wherever in the world you are.